Hello YouTube. It is 6:43 p.m. Friday, February 25th, 2022, and I'm just heading out of Bullock's. Did spend not as much time as I typically spend on a Friday, but notably more time than I expected to spend there, considering how tired I was when I got there. I feel like I got there around 3 o'clock, more or less. I don't know, Corey was driving, I was tired and just not really paying attention, but yeah, I ended up getting into some good conversations when I got in the bar, and it's like, well, my computer's set up, I may as well try and work on some music, since I'm down to, when you click my new additions on my karaoke catalog, it only shows 6 listings, and then when you look closer, you realize that 2 of those 6 are cross listings for 1 song, so it's a total of 4 songs on my new additions, which is the alright assholes honking their horns, which you realize is like the lowest it's been in a long time. Oh, I see what's going on here. So we got people coming across I-17 onto Bethany Home Road, but they don't seem to understand the concept of not blocking the intersection. Because you're not supposed to go into an intersection until it's completely clear on the other side, and there's so much traffic backed up between 27th Avenue and I-17 that they can't go. So of course they're blocking the sidewalk, crosswalk, making it difficult for that guy to cross. And then those people were stuck because they were blocked. I don't think it's a problem with the design of the intersection, to be honest. I mean, this intersection is kind of hellish for pedestrians, but as far as like traffic wise, no, it's just people seeing a green light and going without giving any thought to, hey, do I have anywhere to go when I go? But that's a pretty typical driver. A lot of drivers don't realize they have the responsibility to make sure that they have somewhere to go when the light turns green, as opposed to just going when the light turns green. Anyway, oh, I digress. I was talking about what I did today with my music, and I just, saw more idiots driving cars. Anyway, yeah, so the bad news is that adapter that I found at Walmart last night didn't do what I needed it to do. And it's not like it's not the right adapter, it's definitely the right adapter. I just simply have the wrong headphones. The headphones came with my CD player, which is like an early 2000s model Sony Psych series, if that means anything to anybody. Third one I've owned of this particular model now. First one that I bought back when it was a new device. When I was, when I felt like I was getting on my feet back after my divorce, when in fact I really wasn't, because it was before I got my apartment in Tempe. Well, I got an apartment in Tempe, but it wasn't like my own apartment in Tempe. I got an apartment with a woman who I thought was going to be a really good roommate, who turned out to be a heroin junkie. So I ended up getting the fuck out of there, and by getting the fuck out of there, I ended up not being able to keep the job that was paying for me to live there, and paid for that particular CD player. And then the CD player got lost because I left it on the bus. I'm forgetful and forget shit all the time. So yeah, it got left on the bus. I did that. Second one was stolen. It was in the bag of things that was stolen from me at the Wander Inn. So, which I've been belly aching about, for weeks since it's happened. But yeah, the CD player's been replaced, but the one I replaced it with, it came with a pair of headphones, and it didn't really, like, the picture didn't really go into details on the headphones. I just saw, mediocre, full-size Sony headphones. Those should sound good. Not what I want, but they'll do the job. And I was wrong. They won't do the job. So I'm not really well matched to that CD player, although they work well with that CD player, I think. I tried them with that CD player. They're more designed for smartphones. They've got a microphone shortly below the neck in the cable, and they've got I guess what you call an action button. Yeah, it's got a button which I believe is to, you know, say I'm using that on my iPhone and I'm listening to music, and a phone call comes in and I hear the call. I believe the button on the headphones will answer the call, and will probably in the call as well, which would switch back to my music. I think that's how they're designed to work and what they're for, which is all well and good, but that's not really something that I was interested in having. I don't know, maybe at some point I'll start using it for that, but at this point I'm having a problem of rationing my data, and yeah, don't really have any extra data to be pissing away on music streaming to full-size headphones. So anyway, they are what they are. The biggest issue being that they have, you know, because they're an input and an output device, and a control device, you know, between the button, the microphone, and the headphones, that on the 1/8" plug on the cord. Oh, and it also has a really short cord, which I quickly decided was kind of shitty for what I was doing. But yeah, it's a 4 connector plug, as opposed to a standard 3 connector stereo plug. And I shouldn't really say that it's not standard. It is standard for what it is. It's just not standard for what I'm wanting to do. So yeah, when I plugged it in, I was quickly disappointed to find out that basically it's blending the right and left channel together, and which in most stereo recordings basically means inaudible vocals. And if I turn my balance all the way to the right, then I hear the right channel in both ears cleanly. And if I turn the balance all the way to the left, I hear the left channel in both ears cleanly. But I'm not able to listen to them as good full range stereo headphones when I'm powering them through my mixer with that adapter. So I'm back on the quest for headphones, unfortunately. But hey, at least I tried, and I'm making some progress. The multi-pack of adapters I got, which I kind of mentioned, not last video, because last video was remnants of trucker convoy on the border of Arizona and New Mexico. But on the video before that, when I was coming into Bullocks from Christown, which you see I'm walking it again, because once again I looked at the schedule and just once again just quicker to walk than to wait for a bus. I was looking at about 25 minutes for the next eastbound 60 or southbound 27. And the southbound 27 was running late, so it's like, whatever. When I see that, I just walk. Seems like you think I would know, as many times I've shot video on this walk, exactly how long the walk is, but it feels like it's about 15 minutes. At any rate, standing and waiting for a bus for 25 minutes at one of those nasty bus stops is not my idea of a good time. And I probably could have just stayed at Bullocks and hung out a little more, but I don't know. By the time I was wrapped up with stuff, I just wasn't really feeling any kind of connection to anybody. I was just ready to go. Which, kind of kicking myself in the butt for that. Jazzy was there earlier and was being really sweet and flirtatious, and I was deep in a conversation with an older woman that tends to hang out at the bar, that I really enjoy her company, and by the time I kind of had a little more hang time, Jazzy was gone. So I don't know, hopefully I get to hang out with her some other time. But yeah, today was not the day for that. So yeah, I need to get need to find another pair of headphones. I really wish I knew what model my Sennheisers were. And they were HD something. I don't know if they're HD 102s or 202s or 200s or something. You think I would know that. You think I would have pictures of them somewhere, as much as I love those stupid headphones, but I genuinely don't know what model they were. But I would love to replace them with the exact models I had. Those were just absolutely perfect for what I used them for. And now I'm kind of trying to improvise. And the older gal that I tend to hang out with at the bar there sometimes on Fridays, she was like, well, have you considered getting newer headphones? And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of the problem. Newer headphones are geared for smartphones and gaming, so they've got this four-prong 4-connection 1/8-inch plug, which is not what I want. And most of the higher end headphones these days are all about Bluetooth. They're all geared for people using Bluetooth, which again is something I'm not interested in. Not for these. And I pulled out my earbuds. I didn't show her that I'd lost one, but I just kind of pulled them out like, yeah, one in Bluetooth, like this is what I'm using for Bluetooth. I said I need headphones for just good old-fashioned, just straight analog, preferably with a quarter-inch plug. So those just seem to be kind of a thing of the past now. And I mean, I'm sure there's still new ones, but they're just super pricey. I don't really feel like spending, $100 or $200 on a pair of headphones. I want to feel like I want to say I can find something used that's suitable for what I want for $25. I don't really want to spend more than $25. I wish I knew what happened to my other Sony headphones. I can't seem to find, and maybe that's a sign that I should be trying to clean my room some more, because they're probably in there somewhere. The other ones that I have, even though they have pretty sure they have a 1/8-inch plug on them. It's a three connection stereo 1/8-inch plug, and would work great with the adapter that I just got. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the old adapter that I've been trying to find is actually attached to them. That would, for all the places that I've looked at and not found that adapter, that's the place it would make sense for it to be. It is actually connected to those headphones, since those are the ones I kind of used when I left my had been using for a while when I was doing music over at the break room, and for whatever reason left my Sennheisers at some place where they were not conveniently accessible. Anyway, sorry to bore you all with talk of connections of headphones. That's just where my head is, and for the most part this stupid vlog is just me trying to sort out the thoughts within my head. So yeah, today's road trip, I guess I should talk about that a little bit. In the last video, there wasn't really much to see, and the reality was there wasn't really much to see. My friend Corey's been following the trucker protest a whole lot more than I have, and from what he was saying, the convoy sounds pretty small. It's nothing on a par with what happened in Canada in the previous weeks. And to be fair, like I was trying to explain to my friend at the bar, like what that we had gone to see the trucker protest, but didn't really see much. And she's like, well, what is it that they're protesting? And I was like, I think I want to say it's vaccine mandates, but that's, been pretty much vacated by the Supreme Court. So, I'm not 100% sure what they're protesting, other than just general dissatisfaction with the present status of the federal government. So, honestly, I really have not been following the American trucker protest. I follow the Canadian. Whoa! Guy just opened his door, blocking the sidewalk. Yikes! Yeah, I've been following follow the Canadian one quite a bit, but I really don't know what's up with the American one. Just when my shift ended last night and Corey had come out to hang out and sing, and I was sort of optimistic that maybe he'd just give me a ride home, or maybe, we'd go someplace like Denny's or whatever and get some late night food, or hit a late night burrito place and I'd be able to get a ride from him home, as opposed to having to deal with waiting for the bus and in temperatures that were in the upper 30s. And that's just such a long way for the bus. I mean, I've documented on these vlogs many times. First bus leaves Bethany Home Road and 27th Avenue around 4 in the morning, and then kind of rolling the dice as to whether or not I make the connection there to the 50 on Camelback. And even when that transfer works out, which lately it has been, I'm still stuck shivering my ass off in front of the London Center at 44th and Camelback for about 20-25 minutes, waiting for a southbound 44, which at least that takes me home quickly. But yeah, all told, the ride usually, it's about an hour and a half ride, including transfer times, and then I've got almost 2 hours of waiting before I'm able to actually get the ride. So yeah, it's kind of a long night. I'm never really looking forward to that after my show at Bullock's. I really miss being able to just shut things down, hang out at the bar for about a half hour, and then just drive myself home. But it's been, God, we're talking like 5 months now that I've been without a car, so that's just, driving myself home has just not been an option for quite a while. And interestingly enough, not only my friend Corey showed up, which I expected. He was showing. He sent me a text, but my friend Cyrus and his wife Vicky showed up, which was very unexpected. And I hardly got to talk to them at all. It's kind of a bummer. In fact, Vicky seemed kind of upset because I sang a duet with Cyrus that he said he really wanted to do, and I was kind of eager to try doing it. We did "Leave the Door Open" by Silk Sonic, which, for those who are unaware, Silk Sonic is not just Bruno Mars. It's a duo, Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. And Cyrus loves singing Bruno Mars, and he really wanted to do the Bruno Mars part and have me do the Anderson .Paak part. And it was especially something that I was on board to do because I think it was the very first song. Yeah, it was the very first song of the show when I started, like a little after 9. One of my semi-regular singers, who's a great guy but not such a great singer, he asked to sing "Leave the Door Open," and I'm going to take part of the blame for this not being so good. I'll take part of the blame. The version that I have, I haven't got that song into my catalog yet. It was one I worked on a few months ago or I should say last summer, when the song was really hot and blowing up all over radio, and particularly clicking well with the crowd that I have. Over at Bullock's. And then I realized that I was sitting on multiple different versions of them, and some would be more suitable for a single person singing it, and some would be more suitable for doing as a duet. And I focused on getting a good solid duet version, since the song itself is a duet. And then I never finished it. Like, I just kind of ran out of time to work on it, and I've just kind of never gone back to working on Silk Sonic. So my go-to version when somebody has to sing it is the duet version, and this guy was singing it by himself. So that, the reality is, I don't even see that it's really possible to do a good job on that, to do a great job on that version as a single person. So I feel like maybe it threw him under the bus a little bit. I mean, certainly not intentionally, but the version just kind of is what it is. And I don't feel like I know him enough to offer to do like one of the one of the parts to make the duet work. So I was pretty stoked when when Cyrus wanted to do it as a duet. But yeah, a little bit, maybe about a half hour later, and it was so busy last night. I mean, it was kind of slow when I started at 9, but by 10:30 it was insane busy. And I don't think Cyrus and his wife got there until probably close to 1 in the morning. And by then I just had so many singers, just an insane backlog of singers, and people, already being super impatient about when their songs are going to come up, and I was thinking about going to that Chase Bank and use the ATM, but just had a change of plans. I think I'm going to do like I did a few weeks ago and catch the southbound light rail to McDowell, and then walk over to 7th Avenue and use the bank there. Yeah, what that guy said. Okay. Or not. Nah, fuck it. I'm here. I should use this ATM here. I think that guy just asked me if I have blues. fucking Phoenix and people addicted to their blues. Anyway, yeah, so it was a while before I was even able to get Cyrus up to sing that with him, because it's singing with me, so I got to kind of avoid the appearance of pushing myself, forward, because definitely people are ahead of me to sing. And then, at one point, his wife came up and was like, well, when's he going to get to sing his song? When are you going to get to sing his song? And I'm like, he did. She's like, no, the one that's just him. And I'm like, yeah, there's not enough time. And she seemed really bummed out about it. Now, he came over and talked to me like right after the show and was completely cool with it. But yeah, she seemed a little bummed. Anyway, when Corey offered to ask if I wanted to go on a road trip, and I'm like, well, where? He's like, well, we'll go see the trucker protest. I'm like, that sounds pretty cool. So I guess timing was just bad. I get a feeling there was considerably more to it than what we saw, but yeah, we got there. When we got there, the few people that were there were in the process of kind of packing up and leaving, so a little bit disappointing, but we had a hell of a nice, long extended drive. I mean, granted, I slept through about half of it, but it felt nice just being out of Phoenix for a change and seeing the open road in front of me, since that's something that I haven't been able to do without a car for so long. It's something I really enjoy doing when I can, is just going for long drives, especially through northern Arizona. So it was nice to have the option to at least roll with my friend and chat about life, the universe, and everything. We haven't had a lot of time to spend together in a while. Okay, here comes a train going the opposite direction, so I'm just going to wrap this up, and I think I'll go to the bank down on McDowell. Anyway, thanks for coming with me on the walk, and yeah, stick around. There'll be more videos later. And maybe this weekend I'll actually get caught up on uploading the damn things.